Hello, my name is Autumn. I'm from Autumn Acres Mini Pet Pigs. I'm going to talk a little bit about common mistakes that people make when they first bring their piglet home. These are 4 things that you really want to avoid if you want to keep your pig well behaved and if you want to stay at the top of the herd. You want to be top hog. You don't want your pig to be top hog. So these tips will help you do that. Number 1, the top mistake that people make is they spoil their pig. They run to every squeak or squawk or moan. They feed them constantly. They spend every second with them, letting them snuggle and holding them all the time, taking them everywhere they go. They don't correct bad behaviors. These things are going to lead to a horribly misbehaving and aggressive and mean piglet. Because maybe for the first week or so they don't act out, they're not aggressive, they're so calm and it seems fine. Excuse me. That will change, because what that pig is doing is it's assessing the situation. It's learning that every time they make a little squeal that you respond to that, or every time you walk past their room you throw them food. So then in a week or a month or 2 months or 6 months down the road, when you're not doing those things, the pig is going to freak out because it doesn't understand why it's not getting those same things that it loves. If it being held and cuddled and kissed goodnight every night, spoiling your piglet is the absolute worst thing that you can do. Number 2, responding to every squeal. Pigs are extremely manipulative. They understand that squealing is unbearable, so they're going to keep doing it until they get what they want. They understand how to work us as people. So do not respond to every squeal. Ignore, ignore, ignore. Even in the beginning, if they make a noise at night, ignore. You can peek and check on them. Don't interact. Ignore them, ignore those sounds. And it sounds mean, me saying that, but it's really not. It's an animal, it's fine. Pigs are very vocal, so they talk all the time. You don't have to respond to all of those little noises. Number 3, one of the biggest mistakes people make is they feed a piglet from their fingers, or they let company do it, or they let their kids do it. When you do that, it teaches a pig that these fingers could have food in them. So it turns the piglet into a biter. And pigs they are born with teeth, and they're sharp teeth, and they hurt. So it is not fun getting bit by a piglet. So you don't want to do that at all. In our house, my children and guests are only allowed to drop treats on the floor. I'm the only one who can feed my pigs from my hand because I am their leader. They will not bite me, and if they do, they know that they will be disciplined, or there will be corrective action taken, and they will never do it again. So that's so important, not to feed your piglet from your hands. Another thing on this same point is that a lot of times people will feed their piglet from their plate, or when they're eating food, or when they're cooking in the kitchen, or when they're getting in the refrigerator. You have to understand that pigs are so smart. They understand if they got a treat from the refrigerator one time, then every time you open that refrigerator they should get a treat. And if they don't, then they're gonna freak out, they're gonna throw a tantrum, they're gonna be crazy. Or some even know how to get in the refrigerator themselves. They can put that together. They're so smart. So same with when you're sitting at the table. If you sit at the table with your dinner, and one time you think, oh, this is a vegetable, it's healthy for my pig, and you lean over and give it to them, that pig is going to understand that every time you sit in that seat with a plate in front of you, they think they should be getting food. So never do that. Even with Topanga, sometimes I will save something for her off my plate, whether it's a vegetable or a piece of lettuce or whatever it is. But I will not give it to her until I am done eating and my plate is in the sink, so that she does not connect the two together. So do not feed from your hands. Do not feed when you are eating. Never, ever, ever. The pig will think that your food is its food. You don't want that to happen. My last point, which is number 4, one of the biggest mistakes people make is starting things that you don't want to do forever, like sleeping in your bed, or allowing them on the couch, or allowing them in certain rooms of the house, or like I said, feeding them from your plate, or anything like that. It's important to set rules and then stick to those rules. If you set those rules in the beginning and stick to them, then your pig will know them. Not to say that they won't try to break the rules. You have to be on them. They're like a child. They're like a 3-year-old child. You have to set those rules, stick to boundaries, discipline, and please don't think that I'm talking about beating, because I'm not, but loving correction so that they understand what is expected of them. A lot of people think, oh, I want to sleep with my piglet because, you know, it's so wonderful and it's so sweet. But pigs are very territorial. If you let a pig in your bed, which many people do, and it totally works for them, it doesn't work for me. I don't sleep well. Pigs are hogs when it comes to the bed and the warm spot, and they also sometimes can become aggressive in bed because they view it as their spot and you're kind of taking over their spot. So just be careful. We do not allow Topanga on our furniture. Her hooves are sharp, and I've seen many pigs that have destroyed furniture, and so we don't let her on it at all. Also, like in our beds or in our bedrooms, things like that, the bathroom, the pantry, we don't allow her in those rooms. We set rules, we set boundaries, and we all follow those rules. So it's really important. And she tries to sneak in all the time, but we're on top of it. We're paying attention, we're watching her, so that our house is precious to us and we want to keep it that way. So setting boundaries is super important. All right, well, those are my top 4 things that I think that people make mistakes when they bring a piglet home. Let me know if you have any questions. Thanks for watching my video, and have a good day. Bye-bye.